Hello and welcome to Leviathan News. Today is November 15th. Like 45 days until the end of the year. Garrett, how you doing today?
Doing quite well. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Yeah. Just it's Wednesday, hump day. Got a great interview coming out today for Flywheels, so pretty exciting.
Thanks. Who are you talking to?
Yeah. Winter Soldier, actually. He did a great thread.
Oh,
Yeah.
good one. Good one.
He had a great thread about Frax that we covered, and yeah, it was great. So you can tune into that on Flywheel DeFi. But I want to talk about NFTs because we're back, baby. The NFT trading volumes have hit 4-month highs, even as people have called that they're never coming back again. And trading volumes hit a peak on November 10th, and popular NFT collections like CryptoPunks have seen significant rises in the past month. And apparently, one of the Yugo Labs co-founders, Wiley Aronos, sold a rare punk for about $1.1 million. There was also a The Simpsons episode that featured NFTs. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this?
I don't watch TV, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah. I don't watch TV either.
How do you see it then?
I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Just like everything else. Who do you think could do a NFT episode better, South Park or The Simpsons?
Shoot. I mean, I haven't probably South Park. I haven't watched either in years. But Simpsons, around like what season 10, 20 started to run out of steam a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a lot of shows, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons is like what 30, 40?
Yeah, so they actually had a like NFT episode that came out on Sunday this past week. So the Simpson family entered into the world of NFTs. So it was actually one of like the Treehouse of Horror episodes. So it was like misadventures in a fictional metaverse called Microcosm, and Bart becomes an NFT, and then various characters from the Simpsons show, including family members and iconic residents of Springfield, navigate the world of DeFi and digital art. So PFPs were the lowest class, with digital art at the top. That makes sense.
Did they release a companion NFT collection?
No, but there was a Springfield Punks that got released pretty much directly after from Italian artist Rina Russo went live. It's 3,405 NFTs that quickly sold out, and you could mint one for 0.01 ETH. They surged up to a price of 0.3 ETH, $600. So they went from $20 that you could mint at all the way up to $600, and then declined by half after that. Yeah. So the NFT crazes,
an NFT collection. That'd be kind of cool, like an official Simpsons NFT collection. I'm sure they would have got pretty good sales for that.
Yeah, but let's not get our heads in a tizzy, because while the NFT volumes are hitting monthly highs, it's still a shadow of what it was in the previous market. Here we got some Dune dashboards, and we can see weekly volumes for the past 2 years, and we can see that this little blip right here, see this little
we're so back.
We're so back.
You know who you should get on the show to talk about this is the team from Burrito, formerly JPage. This is launched out of the Llamas project. They incubated initially was focused on NFTs, but they've kind of since rebranded as Burrito.
We had them on back in the day, remember?
Is this JPEG?
Llamas, JPage, not JPEG. So they rebranded.
KP, right? KP from the Llamas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Good guy.
So volumes are up, trades are pretty much the same, which just means that prices are getting higher. The floor for the Bored Apes is now 29 ETH, CryptoPunk at 57 ETH, is now a good time to buy punk? Would you like? What would you guys buy if you had to buy one PFP?
Ooh, I would go for a punk probably, or if maybe a rock.
Rock is beyond the PFP. Rock is.
I like the rock.
Yeah, rock is
So it's like
ultra status.
I think
I don't think anything is as luxurious as rocks, right?
No, just Milady's, right?
Maybe.
Mostly, I invest in the Viper NFTs, which would be llamas and NPCs.
Honestly, llamas are quite a good lead, but I'm also biased on another PFP, which is the blueberries on Arbitrum.
Yeah,
because I know it burns the man behind the project, and I'm also in a way involved in something that they're building currently, and I think they're a great team. Got some great stuff coming up, hopefully in the next few months.
Yeah, I'm not a huge PFP collector. I'll buy like one which I like, but I don't really see the point of like having a punk or an ape. I mean, I guess a punk, right? Just because they're so connected to like core ETH of what it is. But for the most part, I'm much at the digital art kind of. That's what I like. I actually have a lot.
You're really into the art itself, huh? I remember that like 2 months ago, you showed us this artist that releases every month or something like that.
Oh yeah, actually, speaking of that, that's James Jean, and he actually has a print that is for sale right now. Let me take a look at the store and see if it's still up. It might be over. Yeah, so it's right here. This is probably one of my favorite trad artists, I guess you could say, but he does some NFTs sometimes. And check out this new print. This is so cool. Can I make this bigger? No, I can't. This is a print called Dragon 2. You can buy it for a few more hours. They're beautiful prints, honestly. Like I have a bunch of these, and they're like embossed. You can't really see it, but let me see. They're like embossed. The paper is beautiful. There's like gold line. There's some gold on it as well too. Here you can see some of like it's like 3D. So when you like frame it, it looks incredible. It's so cool.
How big is it?
It's large. I mean, it's probably here. I'll check. It's 25 by 19.
But when you say 25 by 19, you mean inches or?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here it's a whole. In my side of the world, it's a whole other thing. But
so it's 60. It's 63. It's 63 by 48.
Yeah.
For the euros.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Looks amazing, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
So these ones, they sell for $500, and the way it works is that there's like a 24-hour period where you can buy them, and they produce as many as get sold, and then they never get sold again. But the amount of detail that goes into these and just how beautiful they are, the level of skill of the printmaking, I think is no one else does this like he does. It's really incredible. But if NFTs are back, that's good for the market, right? Because they generate a lot of fees. Maybe gas will start going up again.
But I don't like that exactly. I don't want big gas price, like expensive gas prices because of some people buying PFPs. Forgot about that for a while.
But those are just like the
culture.
They're good for the culture. Yeah. There was a story actually where this came out yesterday. So Disney is actually looking at launching a NFT platform.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's called Disney Pinnacle, and apparently like people collect these pens when you go to Disney, and these digital pens for like all the characters you love. They have like Disney pictures and Star Wars, and they're going to be launching with Flow and Dapper Labs. So Flow and Dapper Labs is the company behind NBA Top Shots.
Yeah, I remember.
So they'll be using their like in-house blockchain to help Disney launch a project. So
it can actually be quite huge, but you know, I don't know. I think that NBA Top Shots like had its moment, but seemed to be forgotten, like by the NBA itself. You know.
I think it's just one of those things that you know, it has its own community. They've been able to iterate pretty well. I think they probably screwed up. People didn't just understand that how they were going to sell packs, right? The problem is that they just flooded the pack market and it crushed all the prices. So it didn't really matter anymore. You know, like they made each card had like 20,000 copies, right? So it was good for primary because they could sell a lot of cards, but it just crushed the secondary market. But I guess it's good, right? Because you don't want prices to be too high. You like look at the costs of actual trading cards, and you're not buying them out of the pack for like thousands of dollars. You know, you want it to be a couple of bucks, and maybe something will be rare. Yeah.
I haven't heard much about Dapper Labs this past year, to be honest. But I'm not really following.
It's been quiet. I think they're working on their own stuff. Obviously, they've been getting this Disney deal out, and things have been moving forward. So maybe we are back. We'll see. It's still a little early. That candle, that little candle that we looked at in that bar chart shows that there's a long way to go to surpass the volumes that we had back in 2021.
I actually think that this time around we're going to see a lot more activity on layer 2s and stuff like that, and NFTs on that are not going to be only mainnet oriented. I think
potentially. I think like if you have, there are people that have been following and buying NFTs for a long while. I have several. If you look at some of the sites, if you look at like the generative stuff, which is what I like, there's been really a huge growth and diversity of platforms now. So obviously Art Blocks like was and is still a dominant force in the generative art community. There are still some great collections that have come out, and you know, you can come here and buy some great generative art that prints out really well too. On Art Blocks, some amazing artists, amazing products, and it's all done on ETH as well too.
Do you guys see the next cycle of NFTs more driven by art or by like community clubs?
I don't know. I mean, like I think the digital art will always have a space. It's really just, you know, it'll become more niche. You won't really like typically. You'll just find out like the main thing is just to abstract it all away, right? Like just have it be digital art, or NFTs or PFPs, and not have people really understand that there's an NFT on the back end. That's what Dapper Labs is doing. You know, like collectors that are coming into the space that may be non-crypto native, probably just want to buy stuff because of what it is, that it's a collectible or that it's an art piece, versus it actually, you know, being a token somewhere. But there's a lot of platforms out there. Also, like Verse is another platform that has seen a lot of growth. They have some great artists here. This was a nice collection from Matt Tislarius that came out recently. And look, I mean, these are selling for, I mean, this one's selling for 6,000. This is 13,000. Alba Art is another one that has seen a lot of growth as well too. So like on the generative side, there is some great artwork to go and buy. I think that if you know where to look, then you can pick some great stuff up. And it's like that with any market, right? Like I think the digital art market's going to do really well. in this cycle, just because it's been ingrained, it's been accepted at the highest levels of art collecting. But I think that really the next big thing is going to be NFTs in games. I think that's and Ryan says that as well too. NFTs in games is really the next narrative and huge growth cycle that we could have. We've already seen some like small tests with it. You could call NBA Top Shot a game, but really the big games are going to come with the launch of like parallel cards. Have you guys been following this at all?
No. What's parallel cards?
So Parallel is a card game that is being built on, I believe it's both ETH and then L2s. They are probably the most exciting and anticipated launch for crypto gaming this year. They are almost out of beta, and the cards are just have beautiful art, and it looks like the game might be something cool. I bought a bunch of cards on Coinbase recently, and or sorry, not Coinbase, on Base, not on Coinbase, but Base. And this is going to be a huge game potentially.
What's the game?
It's called Parallel.
Yeah, no, but I mean, what's like the objective of the game? Like,
it's a card game. So it's a card game. So you collect cards, and then you play the game. And they have all this cool like futuristic, world building stuff that apparently is going to be pretty hot. And they do have a token called Prime, and you can sign up for the beta. So I would suggest checking.
Where is it built?
What?
Where is it built?
Where is it built? It's on ETH, and then I believe they're also launching on Base as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Gaming is going to be huge, but actually, I don't know if it's already coming like this upcoming cycle. I think the really big boom in gaming is once the big games, like I think you usually call them like the AAA games. I think you guys call them. Once they really start integrating NFTs, I really think we're gonna reach like the mainstream gamers. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think like you're gonna see a bunch of different explorations of people trying different things. This is Mavia. Mavia has a like iOS game or Google App Store game that they're building. Looks like Clash of Clans, but they have like land and other stuff that you can buy within. And so they have NFTs out. So I think you're going to see a bunch of different companies try to go out there and iterate on how they could integrate NFTs into games. And the market for it is billions of dollars if they can get it right.
The gaming market is just so tough. Like it's so, my understanding is it's from like way back in the days, it's super hit driven, right? So it's like that same kind of Hollywood economics of like try 50 things and maybe one breaks out and becomes a hit, and there's really no way to predict.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. We have seen some growth. So we reported this on the other day, but this is a game I've been playing in Telegram, which I think is pretty fun because there's not a ton of like in-house Telegram games. So ETHXY is a like MMORPG that has elements of like poker built into it. And so they announced yesterday that they are raising, or they had raised 1.6 million in a pre-seed round from A16Z Crypto. We have a link for this on the Telegram where you can come and check out the game, but it's pretty basic right now, but they are generating quite a bit of revenue. Last I checked, they're generating probably $1 million worth of annualized revenue right now. So it looks like they've hit something. These things can come and really come out of nowhere, right? So I think there are a bunch of people trying this, and this next year or 2 years, we finally now have the infrastructure to go out and see if these games can work, right? Because like back in 2017, 2018, we really didn't have the ability to create stuff on iOS or for like an Android device. But now we do. And so I think we're going to see like an explosion of gaming this cycle.
Yeah, FriendTech really paved the way on that with their progressive mobile web app.
Yeah, but I don't think it has to be progressive mobile web apps. I think that you could just have the game like the goal is to get the game into the App Store, have primary sales, and then have, I don't know, secondary sales on Blur or OpenSea that you can direct people to. I'm not really sure.
That they're so like,
yeah. I mean, if the primary sales are paying the App Store fees, then sure, and then you could just have a secondary market at Blur or OpenSea where people could trade, where they don't have to use the app. But I don't know. I don't know if that breaks things though. So like on NBA 2K, like that's the thing, is that it's a different, you're coming up, the hard part with NFT gaming is that you're trying to come up with a brand new way of selling games to people. And so a game company like NBA 2K, they have a really easy model, right? They just make the game, and then they have subscriptions, they have in-game items, and there's no secondary market. They just want you to buy more and more and more, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I do think that it is possible that at some point we will see some kind of an integration with the blockchain technology, even within such games, because you would be able to, I don't know, like verify stuff on your, like you could really own a lot of these stuff and trophies that you actually get to own within the games. And I think that once that culturally this is going to mean something to the gamers, to the mainstream gamers, it can be quite fun. But I agree, there's no rush over there, and these guys already have a working model. And also I think that at least the gamers I'm talking to, they're very suspicious about NFTs in general. So I kind of tend to agree with your perspective that the first types of games that are going to be influenced by NFTs are those who are actually going to bring something innovative, which can only be accomplished by NFTs, and are going to be more like crypto oriented and less mainstream gamers oriented at first.
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, Star Atlas is coming. Star Atlas looks kind of cool. There's a host of other games that I've seen as well too. It just takes time. I mean, like the lead time on these games can be years, really.
Yeah.
So
what's your go ahead.
No, go.
What's your thoughts on Oh Baby Games?
Oh, I never heard of it. What is it?
I bet you have. Let me just bring it up real quick. Once you're done with your YouTube here.
Oh no, I'll share it. I've got it right here.
So they started in the last cycle. They're still in stealth mode, but they've been building out this kind of games that are built on crypto lore. So if you notice the racer here, this is the famed Crypto Cat CL.
Oh yeah, hey, look at that.
Inversebra.
And Inverse Pro.
Yeah, they've got the whole lexicon of like crypto Twitter. And they're basically trying to lean into that for the kind of mythology for the games. But their hope is, my understanding, that they just want to build it in such a way that the game is so cool, it kind of onboards normies to crypto because they're playing this game. Here you can see Bulma, Kobe, Inverse Bra. And
this game is connected this game is connected to someone called Pass. At least that's how it goes by Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who
he started this back? Yeah, he started this back in the last bull cycle. So he's been at this for some time. When you say games take years to make,
what's his Twitter?
Looking really sleek. What's his story? He used to be a doctor. He's another doctor turned crypto degen.
Oh yeah, wow! Oh, I actually said what's his Twitter, but you heard a better question. I don't want to take credit for it, but what's his story is a better question than what's his Twitter. But
we keep having people who leave their jobs as like emergency surgeon so that they can come like gamble on Ponzi coins, and it makes me bearish for humanity just a bit.
Who knows, man? We need this talent here as well.
Just to be clear, if you're thinking of leaving your job as a medical professional, we probably need you more.
Yeah. We got some room. We still got some room, especially while it's not exactly bull market in a while. So if you're looking
next
for a
bear
space,
market, people be throwing themselves out windows again. We need someone to patch them back up so they can come back and be exit liquidity.
And also, why have an actual career when you can become an intern for Leviathan News?
That's when I get really bearish, when we get like the Surgeon General of the United States to quit and become a Leviathan intern.
Speaking of that, if you're interested in working with Leviathan, we always need more people to join. So
interns.
No. I mean, like if you have an idea, or if you want to come reply guy with us, like just let us know. We're always happy to have more people on the show. So you can always reach out, and we are actually setting up a bunch of new shows. So I don't know if anyone has listened on the stream. Actually, I know you have, right? Because it's DeFi Advisor and Wajahat have their own show called Send It, which you definitely should take a listen to.
Wajahat, former doctor,
now amazing threader and researcher. Additionally, we have several other shows which are coming as well too that are in the works, and we will be letting you guys know once those come out. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can get all the information there and know when we release new shows. Right.
And by the way, guys, feel free to also get involved with the whole aspect of headlines. Like if you want to submit headlines, we're working on creating the infrastructure that will really allow the community to participate in it as well. We think it really is going to be like a way to always be on point and deliver the news as early as possible. The more we have people within the community participating, I think we're going to reach that level much better than others.
Yeah, so please reach out. You can find us on Twitter, Telegram. But let's see what else we got in the news. So the Tornado Cash had been, let's talk about Tornado Cash, right? So the U.S. Treasury had sanctioned Tornado Cash back in August 2022, accusing the code or the protocol of facilitating billions of dollars of money laundering for people like North Korea and among others. And so they OFAC'd it. They said that it is now sanctioned. Well, several U.S. persons took them to court, took the U.S. government to court, and they were smacked down. This included Joseph Loon, along with 5 other Ethereum blockchain people who had filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Treasury Department, Secretary Janet Yellen, and the Office of Foreign Asset Control, and OFAC Director Andrea Gacki in September 2022, arguing that the government overstepped its authority by placing Tornado Cash on the SDN, the Specially Designated National List, and Specially Designated Nationals and Blocked Persons list. Additionally, there was another suit that was brought by the Bankless guys who they filed in like 2 different federal courts, right? And both smacked down. So federal judges in Texas and Florida sided with the government, dismissing the arguments that OFAC acted outside of its jurisdiction. The judges rejected claims that the term interest in property used in the sanctions was ambiguous. So they are continuing their lawsuit. They've refiled an appeal, and they're going to try to challenge this at a higher level of court. They are arguing that the Tornado Cash code does not qualify as a foreign national or person, and therefore falls outside of OFAC's authority. And they're also contesting the use of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act and the government's treatment of Tornado Cash's code as a foreign entity. So we might see this at the Supreme Court at some time. We'll see how far this goes.
You're muted, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pretty obvious where I feel like all of our sympathies are going to lie with the, with the latter argument there.
With North Korea, Garrett, is that who you're with?
No, the code, like the code's just sitting there executing, like on the blockchain. It seems weird to me that like anyone would entertain the opposite perspective.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, you coding over there, Garrett? Again, coding?
Straight to jail, Garrett.
Yeah. We're kidding.
No, it's a terrible precedent. I mean, I just I don't know what to say.
Hold on. I this kind of talk, you know what it gets you, Garrett? Here we go. Here we go. Feds are going to be kicking down your door. Wonder where you are.
God forbid.
My favorite thing about that is that the lady in the back has an MBA hat.
Yes, exactly.
Show it again. What's an MBA?
It's a Master's of Business Administration, and a CPA is a certified public accountant. I
mean, that's so cool. I never saw this kind of nuance.
Here's us talking about Tornado Cash sanctions.
There we go.
Yeah.
Except they got way more views than us. 161.
Definitely. There's still image can get more views than what we do forward. But give us time, man. Give us time.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, let's talk about JP Morgan and Apollo, who are collaborating on wealth management using ambiguous blockchain technology. So the group announced that they're joining forces to revolutionize wealth management through blockchain technology and tokenization. And they're going to do this through portfolio management. They want to use a blockchain to manage diversified portfolios that could allow for more efficient and transparent management of a wide range of assets, including traditional and alternative investments. So the proof of concept for this project was showcased at the Singapore FinTech Festival that aligned with the Monetary Authority of Singapore's initiative to build something like this. And the project is called Crescendo, and it was built to manage portfolios on a large scale and lower barriers for investors and provide them a more streamlined experience. I've heard a lot about these buzzwords. You know, how many times have we heard about these major investment banks building ambiguous blockchain technology that just gets shelved?
It's last cycle's number one pitch, I think.
Exactly, right. Back in 2021, 2022, when the institutions were coming, this was going to be the big thing, and it never materialized.
Yeah, but they're going to try it again, and they're going to be even more successful this time, because this time some of the institutions actually will be coming. Sorry, Garrett,
I could actually see it playing out this cycle, to be honest. Like, I feel like last cycle got cut a little bit short by all the SBF and everything collapsing, you know. But a lot of them were like gearing up to do it and might still have some of the like infrastructure in place. And if they see BlackRock actually dipping in a meaningful way, like, and the institutions do, like Disney is trying to push NFT platform and whatnot, like, you know, you never know, like with the kind of full like marketing power of all the institutions behind it, and like a lot of normies like buying stuff from Disney and like all the brand names they recognize, like it could happen.
Yeah. We also had some other Fed stories.
Here we go. Rex points out JP Morgan's currently doing billions of dollars of repo transactions on Onyx. So like the amount of volume that they could bring if they get in is going to like dwarf the volume in our current space, right?
Well, let's be honest about it. It's not going to be on Ethereum, and it's not going to be on an ETH2. It'll be on some like permissioned in-house network that they're running that facilitates trades within their system. So,
but you think all of it? I think that some of I think that actually quite a lot of the institutional capital will find its way to mainnet and other tools, even if it takes time, even if it's not directly. But I actually think that they are going to choose some of it at least.
I don't think so. I think they would build something in-house that they would control, or at least have a consortium control. If you look towards what Provenance built, which is run for, I forget the name of the company that's built on top, but Provenance was a custom in-house blockchain built to handle these like securities transactions. They who's it for? I forget the name of the guy, but it's for Figure. That's right. So Figure is a like loan issuance company, and so after they like built their Figure platform, they developed this provenance blockchain, which would allow them to do all like the back end infrastructure. So they deployed it for themselves. They're able to trade securities on it. They actually have real banks and other securities buyers using their provenance blockchain. And so they're shipping about a couple of $1 billion worth of loans through this system. So like if it was going to be public, I could see them doing something like this, but I don't expect them to come to ETH anytime soon.
Let's say I think that some of the protocols are going to offer, I think that a protocol for like Aave, for example, I remember even in the last cycle, they were talking about like different pools, like, permissioned pools and non-permissioned pools. So I actually think that some of the institutions are actually going to find it easier with like trusting an existing platform than creating one of their own. But I agree, many will do stuff just like you said and go with in-house all the way.
Yeah, or something else. I mean, you could potentially see something like this. I actually saw news about this morning where Kento, which is a KYC permissioned L2, has just completed its funding round. It was announced today that they raised $3.5 million, led by Kyber Capital, Spartan Group, Parify Capital, and several other funds to build out a L2 for finance, they call it, which is both safe and decentralized, but also KYC compliant. So you probably need KYC to get into it, but once you're there, then you can build all sorts of tools and apps that institutions might want to use.
Hey, real quick, I just got to say I got to bounce a little bit early today, but if you are hanging around Istanbul, catch me in 16 hours virtually, where I'll be giving a talk at the Viper Day about the state of the Viper ecosystem. Look forward to hearing all of your guys' thoughts on it.
What time is it, Garrett?
I have tough time with the time zone conversions. It's 10 a.m. Istanbul time, midnight my time. I believe they're UTC +3 in Istanbul. So, but if you're there,
it's midnight. It's midnight your time. Midnight Eastern time.
Midnight my time.
Check it out, folks. If you're ready, if you're order. And where is it going to be recorded and uploaded? By the way,
I assume on YouTube, or if you ask me nicely, I have a preview copy floating around. I'd be interested in getting feedback on before I do it live. So,
ask him nicely, folks.
Yeah, ask him very nicely.
Take care, all. See y'all.
Bye.
That's all right. We'll wrap up as well too. We've come to the end of the news for today. There was a bunch of other like Fed news, but it's okay. We like DeFi, and we'll be back tomorrow. So we actually have an interview tomorrow with Intense X. They're building a new type of perpetual exchange that connects off-chain market makers with people who want to do leverage trading on chain. So they're going to be here tomorrow. Make sure to tune in at same time, same place, every single day. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here, DeFi Advisor. It was great talking with you today.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Garrett. And thanks for everyone that is tuned in. See you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yep. See you tomorrow.